Everybody, welcome to All in All United. Today we have a special guest with us, and as you can see, Bex Man United freak. Now you don't really find much females that very passionate about the game, like us fellas. But it's always good to have a fellow Man United supporter, male, female, dog, anything. Once you're bleeding
Yeah,
the Manchester red, we have you on board. So Becky,
yeah.
it's real good to have you on board with us today. Tell the viewers about yourself now.
Um, well, Becky, it's good to be here. I am originally from St. Lucia, a
Nice,
long-time supporter of Manchester United. Well, for as long as I can remember. Um,
nice.
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
enjoy the game. I enjoy the sport. So
All right,
it's
very good, very
yeah.
good. So thanks for being here,
yeah.
and
Yeah, nice
it's
having
just
you. Nice having you.
Thanks.
and it's just part of what we're trying to do in terms of establishing a network with different Man United fans, throughout the country, up the region, and if we can get international, viewership as well, we look forward to that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Nico today, Becky
yeah.
today was uh one of the best performances I would have
Mm.
seen from this team for so long. It was nervy, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. What was all the views on the game today? I mean, perfect result. Mourinho came back to Old Trafford. He didn't get what he
Uh,
wanted, which was
Mm-hmm.
very pleasing to me. You know, and Solskjaer got one. I mean, it's almost as though Solskjaer know how to beat big teams, but he can't beat small teams.
Mm.
Nicole, what you had to say about that?
I surprised to hear you say that he was nervy. I find for this game today, I wasn't nervy at all. Normally for me, my foot does be sweating. If I AC and AC freezing more, my foot does be wet. My hand does be wet. But for today, I find it was a real commanding performance, relaxing performance. You know, what I mean, it only once or twice at the end of the first half, and some parts of the second half that I felt that we wasn't even in control of the game. But I find today was thoroughly a thoroughly commanding and relaxing performance to me. I was very impressed.
Becky, what was your thoughts on the game? How was your experience today?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Nico. I like you said earlier, it's almost as if he knows how to beat the big teams. And I think that's down to the way he sets up and the way teams tend to set up when playing United, right? And like Nico said, I wasn't nervous at all.
Yeah. For some reason, for
United,
some reason today. Yeah.
they commanded the game very well, apart from a few nervy moments. I think when they concede, they tend to get a little bit nervous, but I that's down to age and probably lack of experience for some of these players. Um,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm never nervous playing the big teams. It's the small ones that get me.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is right. There were so many games this season where we started
Uh-huh.
so good, and some of the defensive frailties. Now we spend so much money on our defense,
Mm,
and yet, in my opinion, we are so suspect in the back right now, and we're not struggling with any injuries in the back to say, well, once
Yeah.
this one come back, we'll be stronger. I think right now our first choice back four is playing, and we've been conceding some very soft goals, and it
mm-hmm.
didn't take
Yeah.
nothing, for us to go back into a cocoon after conceding soft goals. You know what points we dropped this season, conceding goals that the team that we were playing against didn't really deserve. And from that standpoint, it had me a little bit nervy because you could never tell what our defense now by Nico. So
Yeah.
it was from that standpoint.
Yeah. But as I rightfully saying, we have a fully fit defense, and for some reason we just panic now. With Maguire, we was hoping that with the purchase of Maguire, either given us that Van Dijk kind of feel to the back now.
Mm-hmm.
That calming, reassuring presence. But for some reason, he came with that, and like everybody around him, what I mean, got him shaky now. So no, seriously, because I was really expecting, because even at times today I saw Maguire clearing some balls, like, panicking for no reason. Like, Jed, I mean, $80 million, come on, you had to be more composed than that. But again, today, today I wasn't worried at all.
Mm.
No, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day, I
so,
think I think um I think Man United really showed up today in terms of the commitment, our game plan. I don't know if it's easier to beat big teams or what, but we always have a clear understanding of what's required of us when we have to face a big team. And we see the game plan being executed properly.
right.
And yeah, I was very, very pleased today, so on to you, Nico.
Yeah. So first question, I'll put Bex Man United here. Did you think that Oli finally got the team selection right today?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, we can't do much with defense. You know,
Right.
the players that are in defense right now is who I think should remain. Maybe Twanzebe or somebody could come in at some point. Um, Midfield was nearly ruined by Pereira. I don't know.
Wait, you take it out my mouth.
Don't
You
start
take it
that.
out
Don't
my
start that.
mouth.
I'm
Don't start that.
sorry. I want to like him, but he makes it so hard. And
I think everybody. I think everybody.
yeah, he makes it so hard. Um, I don't know if I'm glad Martial didn't play. Mm, I don't know if I'm glad Pogba didn't play, but I will tell you that that Fred Pereira partnership needed to die, and
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really glad that McTominay was back today because that is my boy,
Yeah.
and he
Reams. Yeah.
he made the midfield tick, and it allowed Fred to finally perform to what we expected that he would be. So I think that's his starting 11. But then again, it depends on the opponents. You have to play, so you have to work to play your strengths. But it worked against Tottenham, so let's see if it will do the same against City. That's
Yeah.
the next test.
Very good analysis. For me, I think any team without Pereira right now, that team I will get my stamp of approval.
Uh,
And I even said it on Twitter. Pereira came on the field for about 10 minutes, and he was still
Yeah.
right.
able to pick up the worst player in the pitch award.
Jeez.
You understand what I'm
Uh,
saying? But let me not focus on the negatives because today's a good day,
right.
Over
Yeah,
there.
it's a good day.
right?
It's a good day.
I thought in defense, a lot of people were calling for, either Luke Shaw, Brandon Williams, but I thought the selection of Ashley Young was very, very,
Yeah.
was very wise. I think Ashley Young did a job on Mora. And sometimes when you see a team having to change their tactics because their primary tactic isn't working, then there's something that you're doing right.
Right.
Oli and Jose Mourinho had to make all three of his substitutions. So then you know that your team was doing something right. So I was very, very pleased with the back line, but as I told you before, I was a bit nervy because I know how suspect our back line could be.
Right.
We're so prone to errors that sometimes against the run of play. So I was a little bit concerned, but I mean, it was really, really pleasing that we were able to, stand our ground and come out with the win. McTominay was a bit of fresh air today, and you could see the relationship that himself and Fred developing. And when McTominay is there, Fred is able to do so much more and express himself so much more. And the front line, I mean, I just think today was a matter of taking our chances,
Right.
and that early goal from Marcus Rashford was key for everything that we were about today. So I was pleased with the performances and we were able to relax a little more, even though the intensity was not relaxed. You could see what we were doing. After the first goal, it was indicative of the fact that we got the lead. Confidence was high. Marcus Rashford's confidence was real high today, and it was a joy to watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even today playing against Mourinho, I know the guys would have had that extra energy, that will to win and to fight. I think they showed that today. I was actually surprised because if you looked at my predicted lineup, I had Shaw for left back. I was surprised that Young started. He started shaky, but I think overall when you look at the context of the game, I think he had a okay game. Um, I think to me we still need a upgrade. I don't know if Williams will come up to scratch soon enough. Shaw is still a big question mark. So that was my only question mark there. The midfield again, it was such it was so enlightening to see that midfield combination again, that midfield of McTominay and Fred. You saw the cohesion, you saw the telepathy where what I mean, one knew where the other was, and that was refreshing to see. Uh, in my predicted lineup, I had Marshall as only after I realized that he was injured again. I don't
We
know what
call
we're
him
gonna do with
Plasticine.
Marshall there.
We
Yeah,
call him Plasticine.
plasticine, right? Plasticine man, Marshall. But again, as we was talking even during the game reams about Greenwood, I think Oli definitely got it right playing Greenwood in the number 9 and not trying to force Marcus Rashford in that number 9 position. That would
Very
have
true.
definitely killed the game. Yeah, I
Very
think I think
true.
Oli
Very true.
I think Oli definitely got it right. Maybe showing signs that he's learning, he's understanding. Because definitely if he put back Rashford in number 9, it would have shown that, because even we could tell that Rashford not suited in number 9, right? So playing him on the left, coming on to his right foot, definitely worked. Even Rashford had a chance. Greenwood had a chance today where he could have even scored, which would further have indicated the chance to play Greenwood there. So I think definitely today Oli definitely got his selection right.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have two
yeah.
comments here from Rion Smith. He's saying, look, Bex.
Right.
So Bex, you don't have
Mm.
you have fans already, and he's
Yeah.
saying here,
Right.
and you all could see it as well. Nice job, women,
Mm-hmm.
having a female perspective joining the cast.
Yeah,
So
man. Mm.
Bex, on your first, review with us, you're already getting, you know. But
Right.
Nico, I find
Mm-hmm.
nobody mentioned Lingard, but I find Lingard had a real good outing today,
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
What's
Well,
Bex face?
we are seeing from no, but no, but honestly, you was seeing from the last few games, even the Astana game where like Lingard starting to get back into his own.
Mhm.
I don't think he would ever be that player who we really want in that position. But I think he's definitely an upgrade on Mata right now. Definitely an upgrade on Pereira
Pereira. Mm-hmm.
right now. So yeah, the only person he can really be fighting with now is Gomez for that position. And I think he ahead of Gomez maybe because of experience and quality overall for now. So I think he deserved the start today, and he did well. He did well.
Yeah, I think he was well. He represented himself well. I thought even you were able to see where his industry met some kind of
Yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah.
footballing ability and quality now.
He
So
did.
he wasn't
He,
just
he
running
didn't
around the
he didn't
place.
affect the game. Yeah, he didn't affect the game much, but
Right.
it was still refreshing. You know what I mean? To see him on the field now. In place of Pereira, I watch me even when Pereira come on the field, I see Pereira face. I was like, "Chad, I didn't want to see you, right? I didn't want to see you." So it was just refreshing just to see somebody else now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah, yeah.
anybody else. I was thinking anybody else. Yeah.
All right,
Um,
cool.
what the midfield performance by today, boy? I don't know if you want to get into that or if I may touch on that enough, but today the midfield performance to me, boy, was different level, boy. I don't think Spurs had a chance at any time. They didn't control. We actually controlled. Oh, when last you hear Manchester United supporters said we control a midfield in our game.
Yeah.
Today was definitely one of those days. Bex, what do you think about the midfield performance today?
I think it highlighted the need to invest and to continue to invest in the midfield. The midfield is the heart of the
Right.
team.
Yeah.
It connects the defense and the forwards,
Attack. Yeah.
so the attack. And maybe that's why we haven't been able to perform so well in other games because of that midfield. Um, if we cannot penetrate a team, we cannot win a game. It's as simple as
True.
that.
True.
Yeah.
And yes, Lingard was an upgrade on Mata and so on, but he's not going to be able to take us where we need to be in terms of being able to break down teams and allow our strikers to be free to do what they have to do and express themselves. Um, I mean, hopefully in the coming window, maybe January window, we'll invest in a proper attacking midfielder. Um, Mata needs replacing. I know you mentioned, being an upgrade on Mata, but quite honestly, he's probably our most creative
True,
midfielder right now.
true.
So while he doesn't have the speed and the strength to really cement his place in that team, um, he still does the most in terms of creating chances.
Creating. All right.
And
Yeah. I agree.
so
But I think this style that Oli wants to play, he not fit in this style.
no, he won't fit in
Oh
it.
yeah.
It's
He not
too
fit
the
in this
game is too
style.
fast. It's too fast for him.
Yeah.
Um, I think Ole likes
With pace.
attacking football with
Runners.
speed.
Yeah, you like runners. Yeah.
He always speaks about running, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, Mata cannot do that. And I don't think our other midfielders are up to the task for it. So yeah,
Yeah. Reams, waiting on midfield performance.
Um, well, the thing I don't want to get carried away, because we have the tendency of getting carried away after one game and then we're ready to
Right.
slate the same players the next game.
Right.
But truth be told, we saw
Yeah.
something building with Fred and McTominay even before
Before.
he got injured. So I don't think our reaction is what we're saying is being overreacted. Because we saw something budding with these guys. We did mention that probably the missing piece of the puzzle for the midfield will be Pogba in the number 10.
Right.
Or even if you want to play 2 8 and 1 6, that might be a solution. But I think right now as it stands, meeting what Oli wants to do with the team, McTominay and Fred are striking up something that best suits that.
Right.
But I still think, it needs to be tested over time. I don't want to make judgments based on what they call the purple patches now.
Yeah.
So
And you lead into something that I want to ask in terms of as about Pogba now. So when Pogba come back into the team now, where you think he would be best suited? Is it the number 10 will be best suited for him? Is it that Fred will be taken out a position to
you can't take Fred out there, boy. You can't take Fred out there. Told you can't take Fred out for that.
But for some reason, I'm not getting confidence of Oli in terms of Fred remaining in the team.
How are you going to do that?
Oli constantly saying that Fred is doing a job without Pogba there. Fred is doing a job. If you listen to Oli say that a few times, so that I'm worrying in terms of if Fred will be taken out of the team to put Pogba into the team. Because really and truly, is Pogba that number 10 player? Is Pogba who will be the man to really free up that midfield and to be that creative player? And
well, that is true.
You think Pogba will be that man, boy?
No, here the thing, right? If it's one thing I realize with Oli, I don't know if Oli have some person who would be working at social media and listening to all the comments and reading all the comments from fans.
Right.
But if there's one thing I realize Oli doing is when people talk about something, you see the change made in the team. Right? And I'm telling you, Oli will get slated the day Pogba come back and he drop Fred. Right? If either the gods had to work on he and Fred had to get injured to make Pogba inclusion seamless. Trust me. I am thinking because when Oli had started with the team, Oli was using the 4-3-3 formation. Right? Where he had Matic sitting, Pereira box to box and and Pogba was free attacking center midfield. And I think that is where he would go back to. Now that he has Fred and McTominay playing the way that they are, I think it could still line up as a 4-2-3-1, but always in the defensive sense, it'll always move back to a 4-3-3. So it's not like, because I don't think the kind of intensity and industry that Oli wants from his number 10, I don't think Pogba will give him that. But that creativity, boy, Pogba has that, coming out of sweat. I don't know what Becky think about
Ole said after the game that he hasn't had his best starting 11 since the Chelsea game, which was the first game of the season. I think
Right?
that tells
And
you
that was
everything you need
without
to
Fred.
know. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know about who he thinks is best suited to which positions
Yeah.
and what he wants his team to look like. And I think that's a team of Pogba in it.
that. Very well.
But
Yeah.
Very
unfortunate.
well.
Mhm.
But let me remember, Pereira was in that team against Chelsea. I just saying.
And he did. He did really well. He did well. I must say, he did well. But he has his moments, so yeah, he has his
All right.
moments.
So let's talk about Rashford, boy.
Mm.
To a sublime goal. Well, I mean, a goal that the goalkeeper maybe another day could have saved, but I think the energy that he started with today to get that early goal was excellent. It actually calmed the nerves a lot, and it also what I mean, at least it gave us something to show for the energy that we put out now, because some of the games before we put in out the work and wasn't getting the result early. Today we put out the work, we got the result, and he could have even scored more at the brilliant chance that came off of the crossbar.
Right.
And he was a threat for the entire game, an excellent taking penalty, and he's definitely growing into his own. Right now, he's one of the players at the Premier League right now. Beck, so what do you think about Rashford form right now?
I have a love-hate relationship with Rashford. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's been playing for so long that I tend to forget that he's young and he's still learning.
Right.
But his performance today was brilliant, I must say. I know generally on Twitter, most fans are of the idea that he cannot be the main striker for the team. And I do agree to an extent, but when Rashad is on the type of form like he was on today, he's almost unplayable. And it's so difficult to defend against a player that's always running, always trying to get past you. And I don't know, he was my man of the match. I struggled with that one, but he ended up being my man of the match. Simply
Definitely.
Simply for his goals.
Yeah, my man of the match also.
Yeah.
Hands down my man of the match.
Something that Becky said there that was, it was really good to hear that she struggled to find a man of the match. How often could we really say that, eh?
Yeah.
Which would really be testament to the performances of everybody that played today. My man of the match, on the other hand, was Fred. But we're talking about Rashford, so let's pay homage to Rashford. I thought the early goal, was very, very key to his performance. Although it was, for me, it was a beauty of a shot, but it was a goalkeeping error.
Yeah.
But we're taking it nonetheless.
Yeah.
But with that kind of confidence that Rashford was on today, you can see he was trying things. Things were actually coming off him because he won the penalty, and that penalty that he won started from outside the box where he had to nutmeg Aurier, then he went around to Sissoko. So that is just the confidence brewing from the goal that he scored, and after the post he hit the post. So you saw Rashford today was not a frustrated figure. And you see something we've seen so many times before, Rashford being cut as a frustrated figure because he's trying things and they're not coming off. And even though the other attempts didn't really come off, that goal that was so early did so much for him that it was so infectious. The entire team was boosted by that. So, I mean, for that reason, I will agree with why you would want to give Marcus Rashford the man of the match. But I really can't go without mentioning, Fred and what Fred did today. That man was way, boy. Man, interceptions, he was up and down, boy. But Rashford, well taken goal. He was a threat in attack all by himself. In terms of being penetrative, I thought Greenwood was there. Greenwood was always a threat. But you never really saw anything come out. But Rashford was the only one really trying to make things happen. He was very, very direct, So
yeah, and I think Greenwood was a threat just because of his predatory instincts now. And I think the whole Premier League is aware of how predatory he could be in the area if given a chance. So even he just being there and knowing that he could be so efficient, even with a half chance, I think it would have definitely taken some of the attention away
Away.
from Rashford a bit. To
Yeah.
give Rashford an extra room to thrive now. That he really took today, and he had Aurier all over the place.
Yeah.
For Tonga, and he was in a mess too. So So I think today was an excellent performance all around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Reese. And if you good.
I don't know what you have on the agenda again, but I just want to ask one question to both of you all.
Yeah.
How good did it feel to beat Mourinho?
No, what's that? Honestly, it would have hurt. It would have hurt to really see Mourinho leaving Old Trafford today with a victory. He'd have started hit the bad chair, hit the bad chair. You'd have see all the star and take some Mourinho now. So it was refreshing not to see that. I was really hoping that even the guys didn't want to see anything like that, and they really stepped up for the performance as they did today. So it was a refreshing feeling.
Bex?
I don't think we share the same opinion on Jose Mourinho.
Uh-huh.
I actually like him.
Liked? You mean liked?
No, I mean I like him.
present, like in present? Are you present? Like,
So wait now, you were a Mourinho in when he was trying to make the match that we club? What the hell? With the X button, press the X button!
I don't know. I used to hate him as a Chelsea manager, and I think he genuinely loved Manchester United. He wanted the job after Ferguson retired. I know that for a fact. That was his next job. That's what he wanted. And I don't blame him for everything that happened at the club. I do think there was a virus and it was not him. But it
Somebody go
did
like
feel
Pogba,
good.
Maybe Marshall too, eh? But
yeah,
but
it felt good. It felt good to win. It felt good to win, I must say. United over everybody.
True.
In terms of Mourinho, you said we said I give him credit, eh? We said I give him credit for players like McTominay. When we had big question marks in terms of this man only playing McTominay. Men started call McTominay or kind of thing like that. He's his son, right? Like he keep it secret for Mourinho. You know what I mean? Mourinho, when he shot our centre back, Mourinho playing McTominay centre back. You know what I mean? We questioned Mourinho, but Mourinho definitely saw something in him. I think we had to be grateful for that because right now, without McTominay, as you have seen the last few games, we was all over the place. Even Pogba mentality at times was questioned, and even now, even we still question Pogba mentality and his commitment to the club now. So it still had things that Mourinho was dealing with that is still there, and things that we had to be grateful for. So, but nonetheless, still grateful for the victory.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't think that I don't know. Mourinho did take credit, I think, after the game. He said something to the extent of Rashford, what his best position is, and so on and so forth.
Blah 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 blah. Oh God, Mourinho, really? Oh God. This man
solution is coming off the left, and he's you say all that.
He's right.
Yeah. He say he tell the team all what to do to negate against it, right? But for some reason they didn't do it, they didn't listen, right? He know all the strengths and weakness and yada. Even in defeat, even in defeat he had to make himself, D1 now.
Take the attention, yes. Typical.
All right, guys.
I don't know if you have any closing remarks, Bex.
I don't know. McTominay, I think I just want to say it was really good to have him back. That was the main thing. I think without him, we might not have played the way we played tonight.
Yeah,
He
agreed.
he solidified that midfield and he allowed Fred to be able to do what he did in order to allow everybody else to play the way they played. So I'm just hoping that that carries over into City. That's my main hope, that
Yeah.
they manage to keep that form and not do what they did against Aston Villa, where going a goal down made them, feel like
And even
that
yeah,
was
and even Sheffield.
yeah.
Yeah, and even in Sheffield game, yeah.
Yeah. Too many games this season it has happened, and
Mm-hmm.
this would be a nice boost of confidence for players that haven't had it too good this season. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the City game. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, Reese, any
All
closing
right, so
remarks?
y'all, well, thank you all for joining our
Mm-hmm.
stream today and our review, our match reactions from our victory 2-1 against Tottenham Hotspurs. We will be here again. Nico and myself will be here again on Saturday. We will see if
Yeah.
Becky is available.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we'll be here again on Saturday to bring the review to you. This video will be on YouTube probably tomorrow. So continue to like, share, um, subscribe. We do appreciate it. So have a good night, everyone.
All right, good night.